Alright guys, what's up? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the Asia stream. Welcome. We did just get a 5-minute inversion here, which is pretty interesting. We took out this high. Took out this high right here. And then we got that nice 5-minute inversion. Let's see. The price is just stalled right there. So so we inversed that gap, right? We're pulling back up here. We got these gaps in here, these 1-minute gaps. I mean, like hindsight, like this could be a really good short for down. This could be a really good short. Took out this high right here. You could look for this gap right here. Let me know if the audio levels are good. Let me know if you guys can hear me well. Ryan, what's up? It's going good, going good. We did just inverse this 5-minute gap right here. Looks like we're pulling back to the CE once again. Let me draw this 1-minute gap right here. Got a 1 minute for value gap. I want to see what price does in here. If we reject in here, then we get a 1-minute inversion. I'll probably look to get short. Probably look to get short there. We'll see. But if we just continue through this gap right here. So here's the thing. So like if we do get a nice buy sequence and we continue back through this, I'll probably get long. Because then what did we do, right? We came over here, we took out this gap, right? Took out this low right here. And then that would be that nice kind of buy sequence through. This would be that manipulation. So if we do get a nice buy sequence through this gap, I'll probably look to go higher. So that CE right there. So that would be ideal. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Oh, by the way, guys, on Wednesday inside the Discord, I'll be giving away an Apex account. So that'll be on Wednesday during the New York stream. So to join that, it's free. Links in the description below. Yeah, so I want to see what happens here with this gap. 5-minute, 5-minute did inverse. Like what happened? We did take out PM high, right? That's pretty much New York high. We took that out. Got a nice sell sequence through, right? 5-minute inversion right here, right? I want to see what happens here. I want to see what happens in this area. If we continue back through, okay, then that means we probably just took out this low right here, and then we're looking for higher. But if we do kind of hold this area and then flip back down, that would be nice for some shorts. So Let's check the stream delay real quick. Not bad, not bad. All right, so it looks like we're getting a nice buy sequence through this level right here. So, you know, if, you know, I mean, I am bullish. I've been bullish for the past probably 3-4 weeks. Okay, hard rejection there. Hard rejection, actually. Some hard rejection. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, just want to see what happens here. Let's see what happens here with this gap. You know, hopefully don't really just chop around here, right? Hopefully we don't just kind of just do this, right? You know, for everyone that's been watching me for the past few weeks, you guys know what I'm targeting. I've been targeting it for the last 1,500 points or so. I'm targeting this CE, this CE of this weekly gap. Ever since this week opened up right here, I've been targeting this. You know, I think we're gonna hit it this week. So looks like we already kind of put in the wick, hopefully for the week. We'll see. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's the low of the week or not, but you know, I think we can hit this. I think we can hit the CE. I might like to take a stab here in this long. All right. So first target with this will kind of be this high. And then, I mean, I'll try to run it to the CE. I'm gonna add the second half, my position right here. There we go. All right. So yeah, you know, we had a nice buy sequence through this. Took out that low right there. You know, I think it's decent. I think it's a decent try. So my average is, yeah, it's pretty much my average. We'll want to see some bullish movement here off this area. You know, I'm hoping we just kind of bounces and flip, right? I don't really want to see just chop, right? So 3-minute candle actually. Let's go 5 minutes. Yeah, okay, never mind. Never mind. So, you know, I want to see this thing kind of push through here. I do like this shape right here. I do like this shape manipulation, right? You know, buy sequence right back up, immediately reversed it. Got the 1 minute inversion right here. You know, I do like this shape. I do like it. So, we'll see. See what happens here. Kind of draw this over just so you guys can kind of see it. I am in. I'll take half off here. I'll leave the rest for, you know, I mean, I'll probably try to trail it here for the other half, but I'm planning on taking half off here. If I see like hard rejection here at these equal highs, maybe I'll like go break even there or something, or take one off. I don't know. You know, this is a pretty small area. You know, this is like, you know, yeah, it's tiny. So, but yeah, we do have equal highs right there. I will leave this over here just so I can kind of see it. Here's that gap. So yeah, let's see what happens here. So I doubt anyone's in this with me, but you know, safe break even would be this right here. Also, I'm gonna see what happens when price hits that. I would like to hold to here. So, because what would be, yeah, like honestly, personally, I'll probably just hold till this high, but safe break even is pretty much where we're at, or where we wick to, pretty much that right there. So, but yeah. So it looks like we got another 1 minute gap. So we want to see price hold this gap here. So, you know, safe BE. I'll just say BE's right here, right? And then I'll just, you know, just call this TP1. And then this will be the final TP up here. Which, I mean, you know, like I doubt we'll get a trail all the way up there. Maybe we'll, like, you know, leave just like a few, but that's a big trail. That's especially for Asia. Okay, so there's that break even right there, right? You know, I want to see what price does here. That's safe break even. You know, taking out those equal highs. It's pretty much half R. So, Ghost says, is he taking off some of the size, equal highs, then trail my stop loss? That's smart. 7 points for the rest of the, yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm gonna go ahead and take one off, actually two off there. Okay, actually it already took off. Okay, so there we go. So TP1 hit. There's that high. I do have half left. Actually a little bit more than half. Yep. So it took some off there at that high. Stops are at break even now. Yeah, free trade, you know, guaranteed small win, free trade. So let's see if we can run this. So far we do have a pretty hard reaction off that pre-market high, or that New York high. I mean, what is this? Wait, this is a overnight high. Yeah. All right, so out there for the rest. Out there for the rest of that position. That was a hard sell. That was a hard sell. I'm glad we took some profit there. Let me go check it. Yeah. Alrighty. Price just went up there, took out that high, and then so we do have some bearish SMT here. You know, ES did not get up there at all, while NQ took out that high. So, you know, like I like the look of this. You know, I think I'm still bullish until further notice, until you kind of start flipping through down here. But I am bullish still. You know. But yeah. So that's that's why I like to kind of secure some profits, go break even, right? Just because you can be up pretty nice and then just flips. So small win there, small win there. Let's see if we can get something else. I mean, like that was a hard rejection at that level. Just tapped it and then just flipped immediately. Flipped immediately off that. So we do have a 5-minute gap right here, guys. Do have a 5-minute gap right here. So we actually have a BPR right here. So we want to see this get held. Want to see that get held right there. It's there on ES as well. Yeah, crazy flip there. Yeah, so Wednesday in the Discord, I am giving away an account, an Apex account. So it could be redeemed for any size you want. It could be redeemed for a 25K, a 300K, a 50K, 150K. How does a one give away an account? You give it away. No, it's not. It's not linked to my Apex. All right, yeah. So we have this 5-minute gap here, right? So we want, we want to see what happens here, right? Want to see what happens here. So here's that trade that we took just now, right? So I did put half in there, the other half kind of down here. So my average was, where's my average? Average is like right there. So and then this was right there. So yeah, we wanted this buy sequence to continue through here, which we got a nice push there. Just tapped it and then just flipped so hard. So we took half off there, a little bit less than half actually, and then we tried to hold it there, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, so 5-minute gap right here. I want to see what happens here. So far we are bouncing the gap. Do have a big 1-minute inversion or 1-minute gap right here. I don't think I would want to take that though, honestly. I don't think I would want to take that inversion, like if we were to get it. That'd be kind of weird. That would be kind of weird. Like even though, yeah, we got high time frame, you know, gap to 1 minute inversion. I don't think I would. I don't think I'd like that a lot. So. I do like this shape though, this kind of V bottom shape. I do like that. Yeah, we'll see. If you guys haven't already, please hit that like button. So, yep, you know, pulling back up here to that 1 minute gap. You know, let's see what happens here. See what type of buy sequence we get through it. See if we start pushing through it. Yo, I just realized we are insanely close to 3,000 subs. We're like 5 away. Do you trade Asia? And yes, so I trade Asia on YouTube, 7 p.m. Eastern, or sorry, 8 p.m. Eastern every night. And then I trade New York Open, so 9:30 Eastern in the Discord. Both are free, just one's on Discord, one's on YouTube. But yeah, I would say my main session is New York, at least as of right now. New York AM is my main session. But yeah, I do trade both. Four away. Oh, I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Pulling up into this 1 minute gap. 1 minute gap. So, you know, like I was saying, is the 80% coupon for a limited time or permanently? So code GC Trading, it'll always get you the best discount at Apex. Yeah, it'll always give you the best discount at Apex, but the 80% off sale, so like it automatically updates to whatever their sale is. So for example, their 80% off ends tomorrow night. So it'll just give you the best current discount possible, which right now is 80%, 80% off. So, all right, so tap that 1 minute gap, flipped pretty hard off that gap. And this reaction was pretty heavy, not gonna lie, right? This, you know, we did take out this barely, and we flipped lower. But yeah, let's, you know, we'll see what happens here. I mean, like, you know, we do have some SMT, right? We do have some SMT with ES. It's pretty clear right here. There's ES. You know, here's NQ. Obviously took out that high. Need one to the last one. You know, for Apex guys, if you guys want to get instant funding. You know, I say this a lot in the Discord, but if you want instant funding with Apex, all you got to do is just spend another like $30 and you can pretty much do instant funding. All you got to do is just, instead of buying one account for $30, you know, instead of buying one account, you know, taking the time to pass it, you know, Maybe you don't pass it on this chance. Maybe you have to buy it again, right? Instead of just saving time and stress and potentially money, instead of just buying one account, all you got to do is just buy 2 accounts, either 25Ks or 50Ks. Buy 2 accounts, so another $30 or whatever it is. Just go max cons long on one, max cons short on the other. One of them should pass. At least when price is moving. If price is just dead like this, okay, yeah, but it's not a guarantee, but most of the time it has worked for me in the past. Again, past results do not indicate future results, but that's pretty much how you do instant funding with Apex. Works best with 25Ks and 50Ks. That's what I usually do for those. Not all the time, but when I want to get an account funded pretty fast, that's what I do. So we're holding this 5-minute gap again. See if we can go down here and see if we inverse this gap. We might honestly kind of just chop throughout tonight. I don't know. Like I was saying earlier in the Discord this morning, was that we have a very, very, very low news week. We only have red folder news on Wednesday. So, I'm kind of anticipating not so great delivery this week. Still holding in the 5-minute gap. Did ES did inverse the gap. Not yet though. Yeah, not yet. It's got 1:30 left on ES. Let's see, am I at 3,000 subs yet? Let's see, guys. Let's see. No, not yet. Not yet. Yeah, so price has really gotten choppy in the last 15, 14 minutes. So, we'll see. See what happens. Right now we're kind of just bouncing between, well, not really bouncing, we're just kind of inside this 5-minute gap. Check the 15-minute. Okay, 15-minute. All right. All right. It looks like we're probably gonna have a 1 hour gap in 34 minutes from the looks of it right now. This right here. So like maybe what you could do is like, okay, you know, 34 minutes, you get this 1 hour gap. You know, maybe price pulls back into this gap and then boom, then you kind of get that inversion in there. You know, that could work. That could work. I could see that happening. Unless if, you know, we just kind of rip down right now, but market kind of died out a lot. Just gotta have patience. Got to have patience. So far, in the last 5 candles have closed bullish, so that's interesting. Even though we're not really going anywhere, it's just slightly just going higher. You know, we're not really putting in any gaps here on the 1 minute. Just have this big gap up here, which we tapped up to and flipped hard off of, just like this level right here. So, you know, maybe we want to like pull back, just like, you know, to rebalance this. And then like, you know, which we already did, and then maybe we want to flip higher. I don't know. It's messy. It's not super clean right now. Not super clean. All right, so nice little push right there. Kind of popped out of that little 5 minute gap. If someone were to play this, this would be a pretty aggressive play. I mean, that would be a pretty aggressive play. I mean, you would go break even there, you know, and then you would, again, try to run it. If someone were to take that. I think it might just kind of grind its way up to that CE, that weekly CE that we have right here. So it's kind of what I'm thinking. You know, like, I don't know, you know, maybe once, like, maybe price wants to like take out this low and then go, maybe, you know, I don't know. Like, I do like this shape right here. I do like that shape. So like ideally it kind of just flips here and just goes. That's kind of what I'm thinking will happen. You know, if we do inverse this 5 minute gap right here, okay, that's you know, that's a little bit bearish. But as long as we're holding this 5 minute gap, then I think I am bullish. You know, if we do inverse it, okay, still just, I mean, like look at the 5-minute, like look at these 5-minute candles. Past 15 minutes, I've been inside this 5-minute gap. You know, like that's crazy. It's not doing much. Not doing much. Like I said, like this is a pretty low, you know, pretty low probability week. Or yeah, not much news. Just on Wednesday. Let me check next week though. Let me check next week. Let's see. Let me filter. Red folder. Oh, I just canceled it. Let's filter this news out. Looks like we are inversing. Apply. Okay, so next week is a little bit better. A little bit. It's not great, honestly. Not great next week, but let me change this zone. There we go. All right, so we are inversing this 5-minute gap finally. We are inversing this gap. Have this 1-minute gap right here. So for everyone waiting for the opening range indicator to come back, I'm sure quite a few of you guys have seen that video. My orb indicator, it is coming back pretty soon this week. It's coming back this week. I did add some stuff to it. So, you know, it draws your opening range, and then it draws like fair value gaps. Right, so these fair value gaps, they can be used for multiple things. One, when you're breaking out, you can use them for retests. So like, for example, like right here, price pulled back into it, boom, right, launched, pulled back, launched, pulled back, right? So you can use them for continuations, or you can use them for the inversions as well, if that's what you're looking for. So for example, if you see like a higher time frame gap, like here, you know, and then like, you know, maybe some sell side, right? If you see something like that, you're taking that out, you get that manipulation leg. There is your inversion, second inversion. You can take a short, something like that. So it draws your opening range, then also draws your fair value gaps that are above the orb and below the orb. So pretty handy, pretty handy. But yeah, that will be released pretty soon, and of course it'll be free. So if you want to know when that's released, just join the Discord. Free as well. Link is in the description below. So we do have another gap right here. So, you know, what this could be right here is we have this accumulation, right? This could be manipulation. This could be the distribution. Could be, right? Tapped into this gap right here. We'll see. There's that inversion. I'm going to try a stab here. Taking 2 off there. Putting the rest to break even. All right, out of break even for the rest right there. A little bit more than break even actually. I put it in profit. So. All right, so just a quick little stab. Just a quick little stab right there. You know, since we rejected this right here so hard that first time, I was like, okay, you know, like I'm not just gonna like I gotta take some profit in that area. So I did take it here. I did wait a second to see if we would push through this, but we didn't. So I was like, okay, I'll take. So just a small little scalp there, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. You know, right now, like, you know, like I've been saying, this market, you know, very, you know, I think delivery this week will not be the greatest. So I'm not really trying to run trades like crazy. Like, I'll leave like a few contracts left, but for the most part, I'm really just trying to get that 1-to-1 and just trying to secure it, just because this week I think delivery will not be the best. You know, so you really have to kind of adjust to market conditions. You know, some days, some weeks you'll be able to get those crazy R trades. You know, delivery will just be perfect. But then some days, some weeks, it won't. It'll be tough. You know, you just gotta just get in, get that 1R, get out. You know. My entry was not the greatest here either. It already started pushing, so you know, it should have been like, you know, something like that, but just pushed pretty fast there. So yeah, so far just two little scalps. You know, got that little scalp right here off this inversion. Got this little scalp right here off that inversion. So I like this because we had accumulation, manipulation, and then, you know, I was anticipating that distribution, which, I mean, like this thing, you know, I think this will go higher, but, you know, I really just wanted to get profit in that gap. So, you know. And I liked how we, so I liked how we, you know, manipulated past this level, and then we tapped into this gap right here, tapped that CE, and then just launched off that. I like that. So you guys know my entry model, right? Entry model is, you know, a liquidity sweep and or a high time frame gap, right? And then of course the low time frame inversion, bonus SMT, bonus market structure shift. So you know, I do think we will continue higher. This right here could be potential play. You know, just at that level, since we flipped so hard at that level, you know, be sure to take some profit once you get back up there. You know, and then again, you know, I think, you know, like I think there's a good chance that tonight we just slowly grind up to this weekly gap, to the CE up here. I think there's a good chance we just slowly grind up there. But yeah. So far we are 2-0. We're 2-0 in the session. Just small little scalps. You know, no crazy wins or anything. I might try to take this for a stab here if we get a nice little close above. Got 30 seconds left. Again, guys, you know, don't copy my trades, right? You know, if you guys see your entry model here, and great, you know, you take, you know, your trade off that, but I highly recommend not to copy my trades. So still inside this gap right here, you know, I want to see us inverse this gap for that bullish move up. You know, so far we do have just two little scalps on the session, two little wins. Yeah, if we do get this inversion, we'll see. I don't know. We do have a 1 minute gap right here as well. I just drew a fib there. Did not mean to do that. We have a 1 minute gap right here. Yo, time is flying by. We've already been streaming for a while. Oh. Okay. for 45 minutes. Fun. Are we at 3,000 subs yet? Have we hit it? Have we hit it? No, we have not. We need 3 more subs. 3 more subs for 3,000 subs, guys. Let's see, what is what's ES doing here? What are we doing? So, you know, ES never took out that high. ES looks quite different. You know, ES looks quite different here. So, you know, just chilling here. Just chilling. Just waiting. Just waiting. If I do take this trade, I'll probably take it on, like, honestly, like, I don't even know if I'll take it on, like, a funded. I don't know. Just want to be patient here. Don't want to, you know, over trade, of course. Patience is key. So we are inversing this 1 minute gap. So, you know, of course we are not in this, you know, we never got in this trade, right? We never got the confirmation to get in this trade, right? Confirmation to get in this trade would have been inversing this 1 minute gap right here, meaning closing above with a nice buy sequence, which we did not even touch, you know, the up, you know, the, like, over this gap, did not even get there. So that's why there's no confirmation for that trade. So we did it, we did inverse this gap right here. So, you know, I mean, price is pretty messy. Price is pretty messy right now. Price is just in this area right here. It's very messy. You know, we did catch this little guy right here. So, just for a few, you know, just for a few points, nothing crazy. Then we did catch this long over here as well, but yeah. So let's go to 5 real quick. So what could this have done? You know, for the bears, this could have, you know, came over here, tapped in that 1 minute gap again, which is very strong. It looks like took out this high, right? So we took out that high right there. See, we took out that high, flipped lower, right? We have this inversion right here. So, you know, if someone was bearish, they would be looking to play something like this into this strong gap right here. You would be at break even, half off right now. This is a pretty strong area. Honestly, you might even take the full position there. I know it's, you know, 0.8, but still, right? This is a strong gap. If you do want to hold, you know, you can hold to either the bottom of the gap fill or you can hold to this low right here. But as you can see, you know, this thing will probably go back up here and tap that area anyways. So, you know, just we're just kind of playing in this area, just kind of playing right here. Right, it's a little predictable. Just the moves are not big. You know, no crazy delivery. So again, when we inversed that gap, what did we do? We formed another gap. So this is a BPR. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. I'll delete this one right here. Lots of BPRs today. So there we go. There's our gaps. So, you know, we inverse this gap, have this gap right here, inside this 1 minute gap, tap that gap. Lots of 1 minute gaps here. Lots of 1 minute gaps. See if we inverse this 1 minute gap or if we just bounce it again. Are you guys bullish? You guys bearish? What's your guys' what's your bias? What's your bias here, guys? So, you know, price tried to push, you know, tried to make a new high, could not, right? This 1 minute gap held us down. You know, going into this gap, we tried to push through this gap. It looks like we're wicking back up now. Yeah, a pretty strong wick so far. Yeah. So yeah, you know, just kind of in this range. Just kind of in this range between this 1 minute gap and this 1 minute gap. That's pretty much it. Still holding this gap right here. Let's see if we do inverse this. Let's see. Yeah, so we did inverse that 1 minute gap right there on that candle close. Okay. So I mean, like, we have had a pretty nice sell sequence down off of this level right here, right? So pretty nice little sell sequence. You know, like, I like this shape right here. Like this is a shape that I really like. So see right here, right? Had this just displacement for value gap, and boom, we inversed. Same thing here, displacement gap, inversed, right? I like that a lot. You know, that's a big part of my model, my entry model. Bet ES. ES has not. Wow. I was gonna say I bet ES already ran those lows, but we did not. Not yet. Let me change this song real quick. There we go. yeah. So I mean, like, you know, we probably will take out this level, right? We're so close to it. I can see us taking it out. We are at 2,999 subs, guys. Let's see. So, I mean, you know, if we, I'm pretty sure we already rebalanced this. Yeah, we did. Okay. You know, I want to see us take out this low right here. I want to see us take out that low. We do have a pretty solid 1 minute gap right here. Pretty solid 1 minute gap. I'm very curious on if this weekly CE will get hit overnight. You know. Just slowly kind of making its way down here. Slowly doing it. So, you know, just to recap, you know, we do have just 2 small scalps here. We got this one right here. And then we had this, where was it? It was this one right here. A little bit less than that. So something like that. So just these 2 little scalps here for the day. You know, delivery, like I said earlier, delivery is not great right now. So, you know, it's fine to try to let like a few try to run, but you know, when delivery's not great, just really just go for that 1R. Or, you know, if that 1R doesn't fit with your strategy, then just sit out. So I've noticed that delivery is the best when we have red folder news. Ideally before market open. So like, you know, 8:30 Eastern is good. You know, 10 a.m. Eastern is good as well. A little bit after market open. So, but yeah, just slowly making its way. ES just tapped that level. NQ has not. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. Let's see, what is this, 15 minute? Are we tapping into a 15-minute gap? Just a tiny little gap, nothing crazy. You know, we do have, oh, okay, so we do have a 15-minute gap right here. I actually like that a little bit more. I like that a little bit more, this 15 gap. So, you know, price just took out that level, right? Let's see what happens here. You know, maybe we want to tap into this gap and then just get like a, you know, some buy sequence there. inversion. Let's say we get inversion like something like that, right? Run it to, I mean, like if we got something like that, like I could see these equal highs get taken out. I do like those equal highs, so I'd probably go like, I'll probably take some off, like I would say right there. Maybe a little bit, maybe just right before that little block that we got right there. Just take some off there, break even, and then let it go there, I would say. That's kind of what I would watch out for. Because if, like let's say we do tap into this gap, right? This is pretty much my model right here. This is pretty much it. So, we're taking out, what's this? We're taking out sell side, right? So sell side's right here. What's this right here? This is a 15-minute gap, higher time frame gap, right? So if we, come down into this gap and we get a nice buy sequence back up here, right? Let's say we even do have like some bullish SMT with ES here. If we do get like a nice buy sequence with an inversion somewhere in that, and we have relative equal highs up here. I mean, pretty much equal highs. It's like, like a tick difference. We got relative equal highs up here, right? That's my play, right? Like if you guys go back and so if you guys join the Discord and you go look at all the trade recaps, just scroll through trading the trading chat. Just scroll through there. I post pretty much. I mean, I try to post all of my trades in there. If you go look at those trades, it's pretty much this right here. Most of them are this. So we are at 3,000 subs. 3,000 subs, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for 3,000 subs. I don't know who the final sub was, but they're probably on the stream. But thanks to everyone that has subbed. Thank you. So yeah, Wednesday we will be doing a giveaway in the Discord, Apex giveaway. So yeah, let's see if we tap into this gap right here. See if we can get this. Tap the top of the gap. Let's go over here, see if we can see if we draw. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, what is this? I do not need this gap drawn. I do not need this gap drawn. There you go. It's kind of zoom in right there. There we go. Much better over here. Oh wait, you guys can't even see that chart. All right. Over here on the right, I have like another chart. All right, yeah. So tapping into this gap. Let's see. Let's check ES. See if ES has the same gap. Yeah, ES is about to actually inverse this gap. Wow. Wow. MNQ is too. I mean, like, if we inverse that, that 15-minute gap, I mean, like, we got a while, we got 15 minutes to, for this. But if we do actually inverse that gap, I mean, like, we're looking for lower. Like, we are looking for, like, I mean, this air, like, we're looking for a 21,355. At least this right here, 21,443. because that would be kind of like the next like sell side area. After that, I mean, I guess price could, you know, take it out and then rip higher. I could see that happening. But if we actually do want to rebalance this whole leg, then, you know, we're looking at this. At least this right here, this low right here though. If we do inverse that 15-minute gap, which so far we got a pretty strong sell. I mean, yeah, pretty strong sell right there. That's, I mean, that's a 26-point candle during Asia. I'm getting tired of this weekly gap up here. I think I'm going to delete this because I have it drawn on another chart. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to delete that. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I like that. All right, so we got a massive 1 minute gap here. I will stay on for a few more minutes just to see what happens here. I will stay on for a few more minutes. You know, what are we doing? We're taking out this level right here. So pretty much I'm gonna hop off in a few minutes, but what I will be looking for is, you know, on this 15-minute candle, if this just starts sucking back up here with a crazy buy sequence and we start inversing like gaps and it looks like this candle is going to flip higher, I'll probably look for an inversion somewhere in here to get that push back up. That's, you know, that's if we get that. If, you know, if we just stay down here and we close below this gap, okay, yeah, I'll be bearish to like 21,443, you know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, like I said earlier, delivery is not the greatest, so you gotta take fast trades in and out. So but you know, but yeah, we'll see. You know, as of now, I am bearish, unless we just flip higher like crazy and we close in this 15-minute gap. In this area, I am bearish. So, you know, I'll be looking for this, you know, 21,443 area, and potentially even lower. You know, we took out that right there. Tried to push higher, you know, could not, and then just inverse, crazy sell sequence. You have a 5-minute gap right here. Pretty hefty 5-minute gap. Pretty hefty 5-minute gap right here, which we are kind of tapping into. So so if you guys are like super bearish, and you guys think this is gonna be an aggressive sell-off, you know, maybe like an inversion like that, I do not know, you know, something like that, you know, I'll be watching it. I'll be watching it throughout the night, but I do have to hop off now. So just to recap, you know, just 2 little scalps, nothing crazy. This scalp right here, off a 1 minute inversion, right here, something like this. Right, took that inversion, and then we took another inversion right here. So yeah, you know, thank you for watching, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, I'm giving away an Apex account on Wednesday. So if you guys do want to join the New York stream in the morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, it's in the Discord, completely free. Link for that's in the description below. Use code GC Trading for your Apex accounts, for your Take Profit Trader. So it'll always give you the best discount. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, I'll keep watching this. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Adios.